Alright, hey, it's Steven. I'm going to show you another magic trick. As you can see in my hands, I have 4 cubes in each hand. So to show that to the camera, we got the 4 cubes there. We got 8 red cubes total. And I actually need a volunteer for this magic trick. At this point, someone would come up and I take these and I would ask the volunteer to pick a hand. So let's pretend the volunteer looks at him and says, I'm going to pick this hand right here. So alright, so what we're going to do at this hand is we are going to crumple it up. I'm going to put it inside your hand. So I'm going to reach out like this, put it inside their hand, but I'm going to be very careful. As soon as I let go, I want them to smash it with their hand. You completely cover it and hold it really tight. So you do that, they hold it really tight, say, hold it tight, don't let it go, don't let it go, hold it really tight. So they've got that, say, all right, we're going to use this hand now. Because in this hand, we've got 4 red blocks, right? Now, when we talk about different things that are important in life, there are things that are important, some things that aren't. But sometimes our priorities don't always look like that. For example, sometimes we try to base our life on things like money, for example. Sometimes we try to base our life on other things as well. What might something else be for you guys? What do you think? What might something be? It might say something like video games. Okay, so video games, or maybe it's about cars, or maybe it's about having tons of friends and being really popular, or something like that. All right. So we base our life on these things, but really, are those things that are strong that we should base our life on? Are they important? Well, no, because just like that, it fell over, and those things that are not important. At this point, I'm going to go back to the volunteer that has this hand really tight still. He's standing right next to me. I say, all right, there's one thing that's important that we need to base our lives on. And could you go ahead and, in a second, you're going to show everyone what's inside your hand. Real quick, I'm going to wave over it, and we're going to see what happens, right? 1, 2, 3. Opens it up, volunteer shows that there's a cross inside. And Jesus is the only one that we should base our lives around. He's the most important thing as we seek to follow Him and give Him our whole lives and to serve Him well. Alright, so that's the magic trick of the red cubes and the cross. I want to show you a few things to explain that to you real quick. As you saw at the beginning of the trick, I have the cubes in my hand and make it look like they're actually 8 cubes, right? So what I'm doing here is I've got them and I'm showing to them. I don't know if you can see, how well you can see in the video, but I'm showing them the magic trick in this hand. I've got the 4. This hand, I bend the cross so that it looks like I've got 4 cubes. So you see what I did there? I push down the middle, bend the 4 sides up. It looks like I've got cubes like I do in this hand as well. Okay, so I've got these. And I'm explaining that I've got them. I need a volunteer to come up. So I have someone come up. Now here's the trick. They're going to pick one of the hands. But for the magic trick to work, it really doesn't matter which one they pick. So if they pick the one with the cross in it, say, all right, I want that one. Say, all right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one in your hand then and give it to them. And they're going to crunch it up like this and hold it really tight, okay? But we're going to back up because there's a chance they may want this hand. They say, oh, I want to pick that one. So what you do is say, all right, if they pick this one, then say, all right, we're going to use this in a second for our trick. Until then, what I need you to do real quick is to scrunch this up and put this in your hand. So you think that they think they're getting a choice, but they're really not. Because either way, you're giving them the hand that has the cross in it, all crunched up, and you're going to have these 4 blocks to use for the trick. So again, if they choose the one with the cross, you're going to crunch it up and say, hey, all right, I need you to hold on to this for me and hold it really tight. If they choose the other one, say, all right, we're going to use this in a second then for our trick. What I need you to do is to hold this hand for me then. You can give it to them. All right, so you've done that. They're off to the side. They're next to you. They've got the cross in their hands, holding it really tight. Take this hand then, and you have the 4 blocks. You can see the 4 separate blocks. And you stack them in your hand while talking about things that are important in life, but they really aren't. Money doesn't really matter. It's important to live life, but it's not important to our lives at all. In the end, we're going to show the really important thing is Jesus. So you got money, maybe it's cars, toys, video games, friends, whatever that might be, that's really not that important. We should base our lives on. You can explain that to them. Sometimes we do that, and then let it fall over. You can blow it and blow it off or throw it or whatever you want to do. Say they really are important. You shouldn't base your life on those things. There's only one thing that we should base our lives on. At that point, you've got the volunteer with the crushed up cross in the hand. You can wave over it if you want or whatever you want to do. Usually it might fly up a little bit and you need to catch it and then ask them to show it to everyone, or sometimes they'll just hand it right to you. Just make sure that everyone can see, in the room can see that there's a cross in your hand. Say, Jesus is the only one that we need to base our lives on. He needs to be the foundation for our lives as we seek to follow him. That's the important thing, because to this point, no one even knows that there's a cross involved in any of this. They think there's a couple of cubes, what's going on, where's the magic trick, and all of a sudden, boom, you got a cross. It just came out of nowhere. And that's kind of the cool thing. It's a very memorable way to teach someone that Jesus should be the foundation of their lives. So, yeah, that's the end of the trick. So practice it and see how it goes.